Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look right here. It is a warm fall transition kind of look. I thought it would be fun to do a kind of transitioning into fall makeup look because today is the first day of fall, the day that I'm filming this at least. Even though it's technically fall, it's, at least where I am and probably where a couple other people at least in the world are, it's still super hot and summery outside. So that stinks. I thought it would be a good wearable look that we can ease ourselves into the makeup trends of fall without just diving right into like vampy, you know. We can like dip our feet in, do it gracefully, you know. So yeah, I really like how this look came out. It's kind of like a warm orangey look with a berry kind of lip. What? If you want to see how I put this together, and just keep on. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna start off, this steps up here, by putting my hair out of my face with my goddess headband. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna So the first thing I'm gonna be applying is primer. This is the NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer, and I love this stuff for primer. So I'm just gonna use a little bit and push it into my face where I have the most trouble with creasing and my pores, which is just my forehead, around my nose, and right here my chin and my smile lines. Then moving on to priming my eyelids. This is the NYX Proofing, and blend it out with my finger. And maybe I'm just weird, or it's just me, but I like to let both of my primers kind of sit and sink in. I will move on to my brows, and I have been back to using the Milani Easybrow automatic pencil, and to me it's like a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's really similar and it's way cheaper, and I used to use this when I first started painting in my eyebrows, and I have come back to it because my eyebrows have been a little rough. So I love that it has a spoolie at the end, because when the brows are kind of all unruly, I gotta tame them. So I'm in the shade, well, I picked up the shade Natural Taupe because okay, back in business. I crushed it by accident. Because my eyebrows are freakishly light for my naturally dark hair, and it's really easy for me to accidentally make them look too dark. So I'm gonna try to not overdraw them because, like I said, they're kind of... I try to wait as long as I can in between getting my eyebrows done, but like the time in between is so hard. It's just like nothing is complete, but we can move past it. And then while I'm working on it, I like to spoolie it out so I don't have like clumps of crayon in there, as I like to call it. Okay, good enough. So I'm going to start off with my eyeshadow. Feel free to just use what colors you have. I'm sure there are tons of different kinds of oranges and browns that you can substitute for these, or you can use these if you have them, so let's just stop talking so much. So I'm starting off with this Sephora Overcast Filter eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. I'm going to start off with a base color for my lid so that everything blends nicely and it covers up like the veins I have on my eyelids. So I'm going to be using this one right here called Sandcastle, which is basically my skin tone, but in eyeshadow form. So, and I'm just gonna buff that all over my lid to make a good base color. I'm moving on to the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, which is one of my favorite palettes just ever, and I'm going to be using this one right here called Sunrise. So since I have kind of small eyes, I feel like I try to bring it up to, not my brow bone because you don't want it to go into there because it'll look kind of messy, but to open my eyes a bit. I find that building color and adding dimension like this with a couple of different shades really helps open my eyes up. I'm going to be using this color right here. It's upside down, but it's called Rocky, and it's just a basic, really nice chocolate brown. So I'm just going to focus that on the outer corner, the outer V, which is another trick to opening your eyes up, is putting a darker color right there in the outer V. I find that it really frames the eye really nicely. So just darkening that up and bringing that into the crease, but keeping it a little low. Then I like to bring it out just a little bit, like a little flick, and work it. A really important thing to remember when doing any eyeshadow look is to keep blending. That's why I like to keep my original fluffy brush on hand with me, because I'm not adding any extra product on it. I'm just keeping whatever's left over from the original and kind of tapping it off and working it into my crease to blend everything together. That's how we'll make that seamless transition throughout the colors and building up that dimension that I was talking about. So I just kind of run it around where I put that brown so that there are no harsh lines and that dimension is there. So I am going to be using another color from the Sephora Overcast filter palette. I've been loving this lately, obviously, and I'm going to be using this one right here called Happy Days. And it's just it's a really nice lid color that you can use with a lot of looks. So I'm going to put that guy on, and then I'm going to layer another one from the Anastasia Artist palette, and I'm going to be using this color right here called Orange You Fancy, and I just love that orange. This is going to be the main focus of the look. So I'm going to grab that in the same precision shadow brush and pack that on the lid. And I like layering the Orange You Fancy on top of the Happy Days color because it tones down the intensity of the Orange You Fancy and makes it more wearable for every day. Pick up that fluffy brush and do the same blending dance again. I kind of want to intensify that brown. What color? Please hold. I'm grabbing this NYX 3 color shadow palette that I got in my Ipsy bag for September. Whoops. So I'm going to be grabbing a mix of the kind of shimmery chocolate brown. Where am I? The shimmery chocolate brown and this kind of shimmery beige, just to add a little more brown. And I'm going to just put that on that same fluffy brush just to add a little more brown into the crease so it's not so orange, I guess. I know a lot of people don't like to use shimmery colors on the crease, but I like these because I don't know, I don't mind it so much as long as it's not like super shimmery, you know, because then it's just hard to blend. So I'm just doing the same thing that I did with the original brown with these NYX colors to make it more into like a coppery crease. Then I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with the color Cozy Sweater from this Sephora palette. This one right though, I like it a lot for an everyday kind of brow highlight. The shimmery chocolatey brown from the NYX palette onto my lower lash line with this Sephora, with just a smudge brush. So I'm just focusing this on my outer corner just to open up my eyes even more. The fun with makeup is making the illusion. I manage to get something in my eye every time I do my makeup. I just don't understand. This is just like spinach water, which is okay, but like it's not really a smoothie. It's just spinach slushy. False advertisement, Panera. Come on. So I am going to use my NYC liquid eyeliner in just regular black. This is my favorite liquid eyeliner. It has been for a very long time. This is like my 3rd or 4th bottle, and it's really, really cheap, and it lasts a long time, and it's just wonderful. Onto mascara. I have been using and loving the CoverGirl Supersizer because I wanted to see what all the hype was about, and it's just great. I love it. The wand is cool. The tube is huge. All the good stuff. Get it together. And then I have really been into using white eyeliner in my bottom waterline. And yeah, I was kind of thought it was weird before, but now I've just been into it, so. Now you get to see a really creepy face of mine. I think the biggest key to make it not look creepy is to try your hardest not to get it on your actual lashes themselves, because then to me it looks like chunks of my eyeball are coming out. That sounds weirder than it is in my brain. So now we will do foundation, if I know where I put it. Okay. And I've been using the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Foundation. If you have seen any of my other videos, you have known that I got this to try it out and that I love it. I will link those videos down below if you want to see my first impressions and my final review on it and my 3-week Better Skin challenge. And I just pump it on the back of my hand. One pump is more than enough for me. And I just kind of put it on the beauty blender and, you know, punch myself in the face with it. And what I do to make my beauty blender like damp, because you're supposed to use it damp, and I didn't know that until like honestly like too late into using beauty sponges and stuff like that. I just used them dry and they worked fine for me. Everybody says it like works awful when they use it dry, but I always use it dry. Anyways, I have a little spray bottle with water that I use to kill my air plants with. That I used to try to keep my air plants alive, but that doesn't work. And I just kind of spritz it right before I start my makeup. After foundation, I'm using the corresponding concealer. The Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. I got really good at saying that. I've been focusing my concealer a lot on just the inner corner of my eye because that's where all my darkness is, and that helps from that helps stop my creasing problem, or at least a little bit. And I kind of put it on my nose because it's red, and then just put concealer all over myself. I switched to another beauty blender which has like a pointed tip. I got this one from like Marshalls or TJ Maxx for real cheap, and I just like this better for my concealer because I focus it on the inner corner. I look silly, but because I focus it on the inner corner, this one makes it a lot easier to blend out. I try to look up while I'm doing my concealer. Another thing that helps with the creasing. Are you gonna crease today? Or are you gonna not? Now we're gonna set that with my Neutrogena Shine Control powder and this e.l.f. small tapered brush. I just like to set my under eyes, because like I said, they're a creasy mess, right on my chin because I crease there a lot, my smile lines, right on the sides of my nose, and my forehead, because I think it's because, okay, my camera ran out of memory and I delete stuff that I forgot to delete from my camera, so I don't know where I left off. I was setting my concealer and the areas that I get creasy, because I make a lot of weird and unattractive facial expressions, like stuff like that. I don't have a lot of bronzers. This is the Mary Kay bronzing powder in light medium. Any bronzer you have will do, obviously, just like anything. It's just a regular, kind of cooler brown, I would say. And I'm using a big old fluffy brush. This is a Sephora powder brush, and I am just gonna bronze like regular, kind of the bronzy areas to warm up my skin, like under my cheekbone. I like the fluffy brush because it doesn't make it like a harsh, like I'm trying to contour for every day. Oops, I did it in the wrong thing. Cool. Realize this is kind of a pricey blush, but I love it for the fall, especially because it's kind of like a plummy swirl here. This is the Benefit Hervana blush. I mainly got it for the packaging, to be honest. And then I love the blush, so. And it smells good. Like, I like how it smells. And putting that on the apples of my cheeks. And then to finish off, I am using the Jaclyn Hill Highlight Champagne Pop with Becca, because I can't go a day without using it, even if I'm not wearing makeup, just because I'm obsessed with it and her. And I think you should still be able to highlight when it's not summer. Who the hell said not to? You know, so I'm just putting that red on top of my cheekbone towards my temple, because when I put it too far down my cheekbone, my pores are like, I don't like highlight. Highlighting the nose. Too much. Too much. This is a lip gloss I got in my Ipsy bag. I think it was last month. Or was it this month? I don't think it was. No, it wasn't this month. I got this in my Ipsy bag. This is a Hikari lip gloss in the shade Merlot, and I wanted this to be more of like an everyday kind of look, so I'm just going to put a little bit and tap it out so it looks more like a lip stain, and I think it looks really pretty with the eyes being kind of like goldy. I don't know. I like it. So I just put it in the center of my lip. You can see it's like really intense. And so that is the finished look. I hope you like it. I hope it is inspiring for the fall. And all that, you know, all that jazz. Abby's having like a serious dream right now. Just like dreaming really hard. It's okay. You're fine. You're safe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon for more fall stuff, you know. I don't know. Thank you for watching, and bye. And bye.